How you guys doing? How's it going? Yeah? Yeah. You guys have like like fears? Like you guys have some greatest fears? Go ahead and shout them out, no? Nico.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you say your greatest fear is?
Women.
Alright, women? Yeah, mine's spiders. I'm really afraid of spiders.
Basically, right?
People try to quell that fear by saying, hey, Cooper, spiders, most likely they're more afraid of you than you are of them. But I kind of find that hard to believe because I've never heard a spider scream. I've never seen a spider scan the room oh shit, That's never happened, not once. I'm afraid to have kids because I'm afraid of spiders. Because I know one day I'm going to have to kill a spider. They're going to be like, Dad, can you kill a spider? And I can't do it. And you know how kids look up to their parents like they're role models, they're like they're superheroes. Do you know how much street cred I'm going to lose with my son when I encounter a spider for the first time and he witnesses me just shit my pants? They're going to ask him in kindergarten the next year, what's your dad do? And he's like, he's a pussy. I can't live with that. Yeah, afraid of spiders. I'm not just afraid of spiders, it's not just arachnophobia. It's like arachno-racism. I hate spiders. I really hate spiders. I'll see them in some spot, I'm because you are here, you are making your neighbors and the people around you feel unsafe in this neighborhood. You're a lawyer? You're a lawyer? Oh, I didn't know spiders could be lawyers. I bought Pop-Tarts recently, and on the box it said, good source of vitamin B. I don't know if Pop-Tart knows their general demographic, but it's not healthy people. No one's going to the supermarket and they're like, oh shit, we're out of kale. It's that's okay, we can just have some s'mores Pop-Tarts instead. No, I can't name one ingredient in a Pop-Tart. I don't even think sugar is really an ingredient in there, No one's ever had a Pop-Tart and afterwards just felt great. No one's ever been eating a Pop-Tart and be let's go on a run. People eat a Pop-Tart and they're like, oh, that was just a flattered gusher. What I'm trying to say essentially is that people who eat Pop-Tarts don't know what vitamin B is. That's actually a deflection. I personally just want to say I don't know what vitamin B. I don't know what vitamins are at all. We all have iron in our bodies, right? But I've never eaten a paperclip. Once. And you know how you get vitamin D, that's from the sun and you absorb it? You don't eat the vitamins, you absorb it. How do you know when you're full? Is that what a sunburn is? I don't understand the names of vitamins. There's a vitamin B, but there's also a vitamin B3. That's a chess move. Or a floor in a parking garage. That's not a vitamin. Even though I don't know what vitamins are, I still eat my vitamins. I eat the gummy bear vitamins. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they're fire, right? The recommended amount is 2 a day. I eat 12. They're so good. They're so good. I know it's probably not good for me, but fuck it. If that's bad for me, that's the way I want to die. I want to die overdosing on calcium supplements, That autopsy would just go crazy, they're your son is dead. But he had 85,000% higher calcium rates than anyone else. His bones are glowing. My body would look like when you put your thumb over a flashlight. I've been watching feminist porn recently. Yeah, feminism. I don't know why I did that at the Breakfast Club. It was this girl getting fucked by a dude. Not a great start. But at some point, the guy's like, whose pussy is this? And the girl's like, mine. I was like, yes. You go, girl, I don't really get that phrase, whose pussy is this? Your pussy? That doesn't make sense. What are you, fucking yourself? That's weird. And lonely. My ex told me that once. She said, this is your pussy, which is really awkward. Because we broke up. And I never returned it. I don't know what the expiration is on that, but I've been going into women's bathrooms because they're cleaner for the past couple months. And anytime some girl's I'm like, no, it's cool, I have a loan. Okay, that's all I have for tonight. Thanks, guys.
I've discovered that I'm much money in rehearsal, so do you guys mind if I just rehearse my set tonight?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like I care about your opinion either way. But yeah, so I think the scariest part about Monsters Inc. is the fact that they go into kids' rooms without wearing pants. Like, I really understand now why they didn't want the adults to find out. So I've been thinking of going with that, or I think the scariest part about Monsters Inc. is the fact that they don't go into kids' rooms without wearing pants, and even scarier, by the end of the movie, they discover they can touch the kids. That's pretty frightening to me.
Yeah, I like him.
For this next joke, I'd really like the opinion of the black men in the audience. Sorry, it's Purdue. For this next joke, I'd really like the opinion of the black man in the audience. So is this joke offensive? You know what? It already is. I can just not say it.
No, go for it.
I mean, it was so easy just not to say something offensive. I wonder if I could do that with like other groups of people. Like maybe I could just stop sexualizing women based on their race or something. But I don't know. There's also vegans, so I can't stop saying offensive stuff about everyone. I've noticed I don't have much of a laugh. Like it's often very silent, or it's just like slightly heavier breathing. So if you guys don't mind, I'd kind of like to practice a few out in case I ever need to use it for a set, or like need to make a male comedian feel good. Just so you guys know, like staring at a woman until she laughs at your joke is like one of the creepiest things you can do. It'll also get creepier as you get older, because like you'll get older, but the age of the women you're interested in will stay the same. So yeah, I need a new laugh. So the first one I'm trying out is just ha 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 ha. Very to the point, you know. The second one I'm considering is I just go lol. That way they know I'm laughing out loud. And the third one I go hee hee hee, you're so funny. I call that one daddy issues. Does anyone else here think it's gross when women say they like want a man just like their dad? Like, I don't know, that creeps me out. That would never work the other way around. Like if a man went up to a woman and was like, you know what? I want a wife just like my dad. You fit the bill. Like, I would be so creeped out. So gross. This is just tonight's homework, so this isn't probably going to be very useful to me. I practiced without gloves. I don't know if anyone can tell. This is probably why you shouldn't origami your script. I mean, someone had to do it tonight. Yeah, so this next part is sort of unrelated, but you see, I got called in to be a witness at a trial that's coming up, and I was just kind of hoping for some perspectives on like which one of these statements might be most believable. So I saw dead people voting. I am a ghost and I voted. My polling machine spat out my ballot and pressured me to change my vote. But yeah, I should also mention that this trial, it's sort of a sequel to like a trial that just came out recently, like a pretty famous one, not to brag. I can't say much, but I'm expecting it to come out in like 4 years. Yeah. So I'm also considering, I saw Kim Jong-un Kim Jong-il and Jesus walking into a polling booth together. I saw a swarm of babies rushing the polls. Kim Jong-un is a baby. Kim, if you take issue with this, come fight me. My polling machine made me cry and then used the tears to wash the vote off my ballot. I have a recording of myself bribing myself to vote for Vladimir. Jewish aliens came down and abducted four polling machines just in my location alone. One polling machine came to life and started eating the other polling machines. My polling machine wrote me a love letter with a PS that just read, "But I'm still changing your vote to Mitch Daddy." My ecstasy started talking to me and forced me to vote 37 times. My ballot just had Kanye and fill in the blank. There wasn't even a write-in option. It was literally just a fill in the blank puzzle. And afterwards, it gave me an SAT score. And now that I think about it, I might have been taking SATs. And then last I have, no, I did not kill that man. Thinking that last one might be better as it's a murder trial. But I'm considering that, but ma'am, he was asking for it. He kept staring at me until I smiled. All right, see you guys.
You guys like the fit? I just wanted to point that out. I brought them on purpose, you'll see. Okay. Hello everybody, my name is Claire, and hopefully I can make you guys chuckle a little bit. So, we've all been to public bathrooms. Sorry, this is in the way. Okay. Alright, we've all had to use a public bathroom to go number 2. Ooh, right. And so you go into the public bathroom, wherever it may be, and you see that there's no one there, and you're like, yes, I can take a shit alone. So you go into the stall, you go in, you take off your pants, you smack that ass on that cold, hard toilet seat, and then right when you're about to plop her down, you hear someone else come in and you're like, oh no, this is gonna be awkward, right? It's really scary. Well, y'all are pussies, because I ain't scared of that shit. When I'm sitting down on the toilet, ready to, drop the kids off at the pool, and I hear someone come in, I'm like, all right, bet, let's go. It's time to duel! And then they come in. Because obviously when there's like other stalls that are open and there's no one else in it, they want to go right by me because I guess I'm just that awesome. And so they go in right there and I see their shoes and everything. I'm like, all right, let's go, motherfucker, let's go. But they're too much of a pussy. They're trying to clench their butt cheeks and hold in their shit because they don't want to make any noise. They're trying to be courteous. I don't care, man. I'm a put in my AirPods, I like to call them my poopy pods at this time of night. Crank up the volume and just like let her rip. It's time to Hiroshima right down to that toilet right there. Yup. And then if they're like, okay, well, she's really loud, so I'm gonna be just as loud. I'm like, fuck no, man, fuck you. I'm gonna get you out of here. If you're gonna plop hard, I'm gonna plop even fatter and harder. Water will rip up and splash all over the ground. If you're gonna let out a little toot-toot fart, fuck you. I will let out the loudest fart and let it reverberate all in the hall so I can break and shatter the mirror. So I'm just saying, the next time you go to take a shit, if you see these shoes, you better run for it, because I will fuck you up. If you don't believe me, I have some pretty good criteria from back in high school. So let's rewind. Fuck you, Priya. And let's go to my senior year of high school. I was a cross-country runner, I don't know if you can tell. And it was my final meet. It was very important, because this is like the last of my career, I'm trying to make the most out of it. And my coach is like, Claire, you have so much potential. I'm gonna put you on varsity. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And all right, so we're here on the line, gun goes off. You're running out, sprinting like a cheetah. We got 3 miles. Mile 1, we go in, and my stomach's like, Claire, I don't feel so good. I'm like, shut the fuck up. We're gonna run, we're gonna do this thing. My coach is depending on me because I have potential. So, we're going. We're on mile 1.5, and I'm like, crap, my stomach's right. Something's not good. I feel something. I don't know what's going on, but... So mile 2, and I'm like, oh God, Hoover Dam is leaking right now. This isn't gonna work. Oh fuck, the baby's coming. There's no doctor around. She's crowning! So that's really not good, because I still have a whole nother mile, and I'm gonna die, because by the time we're at mile 2.5, the apocalypse is here. All hell has broken. Congratulations, Daddy. The baby's born. She's just stuck in my ass crack, staying there. And it's okay, because she's supporting me on my race. She's giving me a little like, oh, good job, you got it. I'm gonna stick with you. You know, she's being a really nice kid. But, I mean, obviously she's still there. So we finish off this last race, like right when I'm gonna hit the finish, I see my coach, and I'm like, Coach, the potential's not all there. She's right here. I shat her all out. I'm so sorry. But don't worry, that's in my head. So a logical thing to do would be to just finish up the race, right? Like just finish that bitch up. But no, instead, I see my coach, because she's my mother figure, and I have to tell my mom, Mom, I crapped my pants! Oh God! And my coach is like, what? Claire, what'd you say? You got a cramp? That doesn't make sense. But it's okay, because she soon realized after I passed her, and she looked at my butthole, what I was talking about. So I finish up the race, sprint to the porta potty. My real mom, you know, helps me out and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that was really embarrassing. Like, I hope no one, you know, knows about this or saw or anything. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. No one knew. So I'm going on the bus to go back home. And I'm like stepping up the stairs, and I see the bus driver. I'm like, oh, hi, you know, whatever. And he turns around. He's like, wait, get back here. You're the girl that doo-dooed her pants, aren't you? And I'm like, oh, fuck. And that is how I became the doo-doo master. So, if you ever see me, you know what to call me. That's it.
It's hard not to be cynical, you know. It's a terrible world and there's no way out. Capitalism is a disease, and these truths we hold to be self-evident and all that jazz. But I have recently come up with a little way to be more positive about it all. I just have to remember how cringy I was in the 7th grade. When I was 13 years old, all I talked about was how shitty it was to be alive and what a hellscape the world is, and believe it or not, nobody liked me. So, 2 things I just have to remember. 1, at least I'm not 13. And 2, as long as I'm less cynical than 7th grade Grace, it counts as progress. That it's really easy as long as you're not, like, you know, severely depressed. So while it doesn't work for me personally, I've been looking for some people, try it out for me, so, you know, let me know. Here we all are, pretending like it's all okay. I'm taking a math class for the first time in a while, and that's going about as well as you'd expect. TA is a nice guy, though. I mentioned stand-up, and he asked me if I had a formula for writing jokes, which, like, of course, he would ask that. But let me clarify. I am not announcing to my Math 155-55 recitation section that I fancy myself a comedian. Alright, the man was just being nosy. So he asked me if I have a joke writing formula, and I told him that the second I found out, I'd let us all know. So none of us have to hear a bad joke ever again, especially from me. Y'all mind if I talk about Fazoli's?
Woo!
I'm gonna talk about Fazoli's.
Woo!
The most bumpin' spot for singles and couples alike this Valentine's Day past, I believe without a doubt, was the Fazoli's in Lafayette. Let me explain for y'all who aren't being taken on some terrible dates. The drive-through to this Fazoli's was closed due to technical difficulties. Unfortunately, we had to enter the physical Fazoli's building, and it was a sore sight. 4 employees on the inside, 1 cook, a manager, 2 cashiers, one of them stoned out of his poor mind, and it's busy. And now I'm in there, not to order Fazoli's, but as part of a 2-person moral support team for our friend who was intending to order the Fazoli's. 2 slices of cheese pizza, breadsticks, Diet Coke. We waited for 45 minutes, which is not how long you're supposed to be in a Fazoli's for. And the tension there in front of the cash register just grew with our tenure within those fast, fresh, and Italian walls. And the poor folks were drowning in Valentine's Day orders for fettuccine alfredo that the sober cashier had to announce to the general public within the Fazoli's that they had to stop taking orders for about 30 minutes so that they could catch up on everything. This announcement fell on ungrateful ears. There's a group, 2 towny couples right next to me and my friends, okay? Upon hearing this news, there's a guy wearing a sweatshirt. On it has a selfie that his girlfriend took of the 2 of them. It's got their names and a date in that horrible airbrush style you'd get at the mall. And when this guy hears that this Fazoli's is not taking orders for 30 minutes, he kind of squares up, takes small steps towards the sober cashier, adjusts this god-awful sweatshirt to show off the whole pistol shilling in his waistband. I cannot explain to you how little intention this man had to shoot up this Fazoli's on Valentine's Day. I have never been less afraid of a gun in my life. This is no way to get your order for baked ziti taken any faster. If he was standing any closer to me, I would have laughed in his face. And part of me wishes he would have done it. I would have deserved it. Taught me a lesson of some sort. Maybe just about not making fun of goobers who bring guns into Fazoli's. That is all I have.
What are you guys talking about? I don't know if you can tell from here, but like this thing's kind of fucked up. Like it's lopsided. That sucks, man. It's like its only purpose was to stand, and it can't even do that right. It's like, you know, in like those pirate ships, like those guys like in the balcony up top. Like if one of those guys went blind, that's how that is. That's his only job. It's like, hey, what do you see up there? It's like, oh, I think it's nighttime. What if there was someone named 9/11? Like not even like spelled out, just like the numbers, slash. It's like, really, your name is 9/11? It's like, yeah, my parents named me before the attack. Why else would I be named this way? I'm a person too, I sell insurance. I think the hardest part about roofing people is the logistics. I knew that shit would not go over well, and it didn't. I'm a genius. I don't know, I feel like you gotta have like the right skills to do it. I don't know how you develop it, but other than practice, I guess. Like I remember one time this friend that I had told me that she found like a melatonin pill like in her drink at a frat party, right? Which is kind of expected, if I'm being completely honest. But like melatonin is like a natural sleep aid, right? I thought they'd use like ketamine or some shit. So it goes to show, like, that guy's a potential rapist, but he is health conscious. It's not better, it's just different, you know? You know, I think the bar for rapists is pretty low, but like, that's the least you can ask for, right? From a rapist, like, don't fuck me up too much, bro, you know? You're already like doing like a lot of damage to this. Don't do it to like my brain or whatever. I don't know. I just imagine like the guy, like the guys in the frat, like asking like some pledge to go get like roofies for the party or some shit, and he comes back with like a handful of loose Xanaxes, right? And he's like, no, this stuff kills brain cells, you idiot. We want to do brain damage in another way. I just like the idea of like terrible roofies, right? Like some girl's just like, why is there warm milk in my Truly? Looks like someone here is trying to tuck me in. I think the eye doctor is a scam, if I'm being completely honest, because they do all those like really fucked up tests, right? Like shining lights into your eyes and stuff. you can't see out of it, so you have to buy glasses from them. Their trickery knows no bounds, right? Every stereotype about Jewish people can be applied to eye doctors. If I'm being completely honest though, I actually really do hate those tests, because like every time I go into the eye doctor, right, it's like, all right, Mr. Singh, we've blown air into your eye, we've flashed your eye with multiple beams of light. We have one test, it's like, one test left, it's very quick. We're gonna gouge out your eye and then fuck the socket, okay, ready? All right, here we go. Oh, okay, looks like your power grew from last year, all right. You need to stop watching TV in the dark like a fucking idiot. And I just leave like the eye doctor after with like 2 cavernous holes in my skull, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta start eating carrots. I was venting to a friend the other day, and he just like cut me off, and he said like, you know, you complain too much. You should be grateful for what you have. No, that is a stupid mindset, being grateful. What do I have that I should be grateful for, really, right? Like, do you want me to be like, oh God, I feel like killing myself and I can't get out of bed, but at least I have parents. It's like, what kind of mindset is that? So I told him, like, what you're saying is stupid and so are you, right? And he's just like, well, there are starving kids in Africa. It's like, okay, yeah, there's starving kids everywhere. We kind of just like agreed as a society to just like ignore them and pretend as if they don't exist, which technically they won't in like a few weeks. So, how do you think it would make like starving African kids feel, right? If they knew that we compare our situations to theirs just so we can feel like better about ourselves, right? Like, what if we did that shit to their face? It's like, oh my God, homework has been harder than usual lately, but at least I'm not you, Mbele. Fuck, your life sucks, you skeletal-looking bastard with more diseases than clothes. I'm gonna go have pasta for lunch and throw out half of it just because I can. All right, that's it. Thank you, guys.
All right, I'm glad to see you guys all made it. I actually wasn't supposed to be here today. My dad was supposed to get married today, but he postponed the wedding again. I don't know how much time he thinks he needs to think about it. Like this time, he's like, all right, another 3 days, another 3 days, another 3 days, and I'll get it. And like, this is his 4th marriage, and it's already like off to a bad start if you think about it. So the CDC is saying that you should actually be wearing 2 masks, which people have been telling me to wear 2 masks for a long time. They just really don't want to see the top half of my face either. I wish I had. Well, like, so I've been thinking about like the eye doctors and stuff. They don't fuck my eye sockets, JT. But I've been thinking about like I kind of want to get LASIK eye surgery. Not like my eyesight is already good, but I want like really good vision. I want to be able to talk to somebody, and when I say, "Yeah, man, I see what you're saying," I want to mean it. I thought I had more for that, but I don't. You guys see this, right? All right. So I don't know about you guys, but like in middle school and elementary school, like whenever we went to the computer lab, we went to a website called freerice.com. Do you guys know what that is?
Yeah. No.
All right, Randall. Freerice.com is a website that you go to, and for every question that you answer right, like a math question or like a grammar question, they donate 10 grains of rice to a charity that feeds starving kids.
Oh, okay.
And so throughout my 4 years at middle school, I was able to accumulate 50 grains of rice for these kids. So not only did I feel bad for being so stupid, I also had the guilt of knowing that kids were starving because I didn't know math. It's like, hey, little Timmy, unfortunately you only have 10 grains of rice because Charlie thought 5 times 5 equals 20. So recently I've been noticing that I've been getting added to a lot of private Snapchat stories. Ooh. If you don't know what that is, basically if you have a Snapchat, you can add a second story that people can see, but you get a cherry pick who gets to see it. And basically I found out is a lot more people on my Snapchat list are drug dealers. There's like this girl that I had one English class with, English 106, we were in a group together. And like every week she posts her weed prices. And I remember she posted $10 for a gram of weed. And I slid up, I said, I'll pay you $10 to finish your part of the presentation. It's like wake and bake. I need you to wake up and make some PowerPoint slides, please. Thank you. Let's see. There's I'm kind of glad we're doing online classes now. Like part of me enjoys it because I haven't had a lot of good experiences in-person classes. Like when I was a sophomore, I was early to a lecture. I was sitting in the front row eating a banana, and the professor was an old elderly woman. She approached me and she said, "Wow, you don't see a lot of young people eating fruit these days." I was like, "Yeah, I guess I'm pretty progressive that way." And she was like, "Yeah, I wasn't even aware that bananas were in season right now." I'm like, What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I've never had a problem with fruit being out of season. Anytime you go to Walmart, you can get any fruit you want, no matter what time of year. And she was like, "Yeah, I used to eat strawberries when I was younger, but now I don't anymore." I'm like, this is not a progressive, this is not a productive statement, and you're really wasting a lot of class time here. And she was like, "Well, anyway, I just wanted to say that you have a really nice banana," and then turned and walked back to her desk like that was a completely normal thing to say. And I instantly just got up and threw the banana away, even though they were out of season. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Alright, so, hey guys, I'm Nathan. You might not know me because I'm a freshman, and, as a freshman, I gotta say, I've been through my fair share of experiences in this high school, and not high school, college, right? And so, there's a couple things I learned that I didn't expect to learn, that, I feel like there's a certain number of trials you have to go, initiations, if you will, right? And, part of the experience comes with, living in a dorm, right? And, the first thing I learned is that not everyone's potty trained, I guess, right? I feel like most people are potty trained by ages like 12 to 14, right? That's how long it took me, but that's besides the point. So, I'll say this one, but if you look at the floor of the group chat for my dorm hall, right? You got 8th floor group chat, right? The first thing I see is, to the fucker who thought it would be a bright idea to flush the starting kit alcohol wipes and the package they came in, I hope that 15% alcohol burns your rear. I gotta agree with him there, I'm not gonna lie, And all the fuckers who don't flush the toilet, man. Do you know how annoying it is to get up at fucking 4 p.m., man, you're groggy, and you just try to go, the first thing you see is another man's shit and piss. What exactly do you get out of not flushing the toilet? You stand up, sometimes that flusher don't flush. How hard is it to press a button? What do you think is gonna happen if you don't flush? Do you think someone's gonna sit down oops, I accidentally took a dump. Oh, haha, look at me, my ass is wet now. What? That's something I don't understand. To the guy who walks back to his dorm and after showering in nothing but his undies, please don't. It is in fact a communal space. Yeah, I know, right, man? I have trouble hiding my boners too sometimes, man. Come on. They really gotta take us into consideration, man. And I gotta say, the problems go outside of the dorm room, right? Because you got those people who are just driving around. You ever just be walking home with your handful 2 bags of food from Wiley? And then all of a sudden you hear this dickwad just revving his engine out of the fucking stoplight like he's in a Fast and Furious movie. That kind of pisses me off, man. Doc, you're not Dominic Toretto, and that's not a Dodge Charger. It's a 2002 Sensible sedan, you fucking hack! So, and then the problem gets even bigger, right? The fucking dining courts. I gotta tell you, man. I ended up in the urgent care a month after I got to Purdue. True story, right? Because I have a severe peanut allergy, I come home one day and my swelling is an indication, and being unable to breathe, I think I had an allergic reaction. So, I give myself my allergy shot and I call my Uber, right? But you know what? It gave me a good experience because I get into the Uber driver, right? He's playing Transformers 4, Age of Extinction. If you know anything about those movies, right? Shia LaBeouf stayed till movie number 3, movie number 4, right? And I was like, oh, hey, these movies are my childhood. I love it, man. Why do you think Shia LaBeouf left? He's like, oh, I think I think people get tired, you know, a lot of actors do. Like Paul Walker, that's what happened to him. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes it, wait, what? They're like, oh yeah, Paul Walker, you know, if you saw his car crash, you'll see that the headlights weren't actually the same, right? And I'm like, so where do you think he is? Oh, he's probably off the grid, like in Cuba somewhere. I'm like, wait, Cuba? With Tupac? And he's like, oh yeah, you know, Tupac, he faked his death too, right? You know, he had Thug Life tattooed on his chest, but the body didn't. I'm like, well, goddamn. Maybe that's how we'll end 2020. He'll come back and President Tupac from Cuba will come back and write a diss track on the U.S. Solve all the problems. But that's, and then, you know, for all the gripes I have about Purdue, you know, I can't say it's worse than my high school, right? Because my high school, right? So we have this group of people, we call them the alumni action group. So you ever see those like dickwads who just peaked in high school, you know, they run around in their Letterman jackets, smoke blunts right outside their old high school dorm. It's like that, except their peak in high school, instead of like catching a homecoming toss at football, is, you know, arguing with kids on Facebook. And so I looked at the board of directors of these guys, right? These guys graduate years, 1995, man. These guys graduated in like another eon. Another guy like 2000, man. Dude, 2000 was a good year. You know, the world didn't end. Eminem dropped the real Slim Shady, and Johnny fucking unironically argued with 16-year-olds on Facebook, graduated from high school. Notable things, right? But I mean, whatever. Playing with children seems about their size. Now, I'm gonna give a different problem, right? Because like I gotta say, when I went to that emergency room, you know, if I felt really stupid to be, you know, walking into a room where everyone's getting treated for bat AIDS or fucking super baboon flu part 3 electric boogaloo, while I just had to get a steroid shot in my ass. But you might be wondering why I referred to bat AIDS, because I have a theory. CDC doesn't want you to know. I think COVID is an STD. Yeah, no, I think the guy from Taiwan, he got it from fucking a bat. Now, it might be like far-fetched, right? But you think about it this way. The protocol of the CDC, they said masks, right? And last I checked, it's kind of hard to have oral sex through a mask. Believe me, I've tried. You ever just go like, oh. You ever tried that? No, it's not that easy. And you gotta wonder why it still gets transmitted. It's not because people don't wear masks, it's because people are still having sex. But I don't have to worry about that, because I'm a virgin, bitch. Anyways, I gotta tell you right now, I think I just told you a lot of things that like, you might want to watch it back when you're walking home tonight, because I think I just told you a shit ton of stuff the CDC doesn't want you to know. So I gotta say, you know, big thanks to everyone tonight. I'm beheaded up.
CDC, open up.
Motherfucker. Thank you.
Alright.
Cooper, these gloves are way too small for my hands. Ladies, you know what that means? My roommate Harrison, he definitely knows what that means. So what's up, everybody? My name's Joe. This is my first time doing this. Actually, my first time like on a stage in general. So if I'm really bad, like, don't give me pity laughs. Don't like fake clap and stuff. Like, just tell me how much you hate me and how much your life would be better if I wasn't born. Like, just like my dad did for 14 years. Like, it's cool. But anyway, yeah, my name's Joe. Like I said, this is my first time up here. A lot of people, when they first see me, like their first thought is, "Are you gay?" I've never fucked a dude, but sometimes Carrington sleeps in his drawers, and god damn. Actually, speaking of my dad, you know, I would say like if my dad saw me dressed like this, he'd probably disown me, but like he already did like 6 years ago, so it's whatever. But, you know, like all jokes aside, like I'm straight, so obviously like women are hard to talk to, so I watch a lot of porn. One thing, I really hate interracial porn. No. Not because like I don't think like you should like be able to interracially fuck. Like fuck whoever. Like I'll fuck anyone, man, woman, like a dog at the top. You know, if I don't give a shit. Like I hate interracial porn because whenever there's a black person in it, the titles are so dehumanizing. It's like I'm not gonna say like examples because I just don't feel comfortable. But it's like, you know, you're sitting there watching the video and you're like, man, this is just so disrespectful. Like I really shouldn't be watching this right now. Like, God, I should just stop. Then Carrington walks in. I'm like, oh shit, what? What? No. I'm just watching regular porn. Trust me, please. My roommate, y'all know Miss Franco. He's like objectively the funniest person in this room. I don't know if that's like disrespectful. That's like, with the rest of you, it pissed me for saying that, but like, fuck you. I don't know you. It's my first time. It's fine. Man. you guys ever watch midget porn?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I never have. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd be into it, maybe. Oh, you want to hear something fucking crazy though? Like I've never thought of this before. Like, okay, like little people can be racist. Like I've never thought of that before. Because think about it. Like, you know, you're a little person, right? You're walking down the street. You're just like a regular person. I'm not gonna like get on my knees, but you know, it's like you're walking around, and then you walk up to somebody. How are you gonna like walk up to somebody, look them dead in the eye, and be like, "You are genetically inferior to me"? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't get that. That's all I had. It was a short set. Thank you, everybody. My name is Durand.
My dad loves telling me where I was conceived. We'll be at the dinner table. This has happened at least 8 times in my life. He'll be like, "You see that couch over there?" Like, yeah, Dad, I see the couch. I see it. You were made right there. Middle cushion, you were launched into existence. But he's a very personable guy. I guess we're friends, and so he feels comfortable telling me that. I'm like, okay, thank you. Yeah, I heard it the previous 7 times. He likes to, talk about, what he does to me, since we're really close. I ask him, I say, "What'd you do last night?" "Your mom and I, we did it in the garage." Okay, thank you. I'm glad you guys have a healthy thing going. It's no divorce, that's good. Oh man. Can we stop it with the Carhartt hats, please? No, I'm serious. Like, I'm really starting to get pissed off with it. Like, please, okay? You're not on a farm, okay? You're not driving a tractor. Let's just, I want to distance myself from being in any type of redneck, hick. I don't even wear flannels. I don't want to wear anything that says I've been on a farm. Wait, let's go away from the farms. I don't care if you own a farm. Let's just get away from them, please. I don't want to deal with all the country stuff and all the crap, literally, the crap. And it's, oh my gosh, it's disgusting. Jeez. Wow. How you guys doing? Man, there's been some substances consumed by this front row here. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Wow. I don't know if you're... How you doing? Oh, my goodness. Wow. Look at the stage. This is fun. This is really fun. When my dad farts, it's like not even like, it's not like a little fart. Do you ever know these people when they fart? It's like 100% like they want it. Like there is no, like, it's blatantly obvious, like they're going for it 100%. And I really respect it, I do. I just wanted to say, I just, felt like it was important. And hey, you know what? It's great to see you guys out here, honestly. Let's hear some noise. I just want to hear some, yeah. All right, yeah. Yeah, no, just wanted to hear that. The camera here tonight. When did you start filming, Charles?
The beginning.
Beginning, when you were really young. You came out of the womb with a camera.
I thought you meant today.
He came out, he looked at look at the placenta. Oh man, that's great. How you doing? You dyed your hair?
Bleach.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I wouldn't say the same.
What's the process of that? How do you dye your hair?
Okay, well, you take a couple shots.
Yeah.
You gotta get drunk enough. You gotta reach for a t-shirt, and then the bleach spills into your hair.
Oh,
Wake up
okay.
the next morning like,
All right.
why is my hair blonde?
All right. Well, that wasn't as fun an answer as I expected. That's okay. You're good. You're fine. No, but as you guys know, I really like Asian women. This is a common. You know. There's a great. I think I've said this before. The greatness with an Asian woman. I mean, it's just everything is just better. The food is better. The air is fresher. You walk outside and you're just happy to be alive. And I hope every single person here could experience that one day. One day. All right, guys, thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't know how Mark could read me like that, because full disclosure, I did have a couple of shots before I came here tonight. No, let's see. This past weekend was Valentine's Day. So I have a friend who happens to be gay, and I know, it's okay. He said I can make fun of him, because his life is a total joke. But anyways, he's telling me about this Valentine's date he went on. My first thought was, damn, even the gays are getting more action than me. So he goes on this date with another guy, and he was telling me it goes really, really well, and he was happy with it until they go home, and he's about to say goodbye to his date, and his date goes in for a fist bump. It's like, man, he's so disappointed. It's like, I get a fist bump, how awkward is this guy? And I was telling him, you know, I don't know about you, but I'd be happy. That is like the ultimate sign of bromance. How can you get any more than just a fist bump at the end of the date? Like, fuck hugs. My homie's fist bump. That's where it's at. And he was still feeling a little bit sad about it. I was trying to cheer him up and said, you know, just give it a few more dates. You know, the fist might end up somewhere else. No, I was talking to someone else, and I was telling something a little bit weird. They just said, hey, you know what? I don't judge. And that got me thinking, you know, I don't believe that. I think everybody judges. Really? Like, I think it's human nature to judge people no matter what they do. Like the phrase, I don't judge is bullshit. Now, some of you may think, well, I really don't judge people, and I raise you this. Have you ever been on a date? Oh, sorry, this is Comedy Club. It's a bad example. Anyways, yeah, I have a lot of ideas. Not all of them are good. But I did have one idea that I thought was not awful. So step 1, rob a bank. Step 2, go to jail for 20 years. Step 3, once you get out of jail, you gotta find the latest GTA game, which, let's be honest, it's probably still gonna be GTA 5. Yeah. What you gotta do is you gotta make a YouTube channel, and you say, real bank robber reacts to GTA cutscenes. Honestly, that'd make you millions, wouldn't it? You say, you know, it's not like this in real life. The police are a little bit slower to get to the bank, and it wasn't quite as violent. All I had to do was just point the gun and give me the money, and they complied. You know, no one actually died in real life. What can I say? Yeah, I went to a massage parlor the other day. The only reason I went was because they advertised it as the happiest ending you can ever get. So I went in there and I was like, yeah, finally gonna use my virginity. Yeah. So I go in there and this woman comes in to give me my massage. I'm thinking, man, she looks really similar to how I look. After a couple of minutes of thinking about it, I was like, wait a minute, is that my mom? Holy shit, it's my mom, who I lost when I was like 3 years old, and we've been reunited. That is the happiest ending ever. And then we ended up having sex anyways because incest is wincest. Yeah, anyways, that's all about I have for you tonight. I know, very disappointing set, just like my, never mind.
Yeah. Let's go, Randall. Let's go, Randall.
Down. Oh, man. Oh, he's styling. Hello, it's me, the CDC. I want to let everyone know I'm not actually a heckler. Nathan put me up to it. Shout that. In the back of the room, you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. So.
Thank you, Randall.
Yeah, that's no problem, Nathan.
I love you, bro.
I don't reciprocate. Well, anyways, we had a snow day Thursday, but one of my professors decided to have class anyways. He trekked through the snow, chicaned his way into the room, and started a stream, and forced us all to watch. I can't believe someone would do such a thing. It's my snow day. Now it's a no day. Alright, you know what?
You know what? I'll just say it. There's no use beating around the bush. Yeah, I'll say it. Only because Cooper put me up to it. I don't believe in the results of the 2020 U.S. election. I don't believe it. I don't believe Ohio can be wrong. Ohio hasn't been wrong in 60 years. You're not slipping up today. You know, people said that Donald Trump didn't have a plan for the coronavirus. That's not true. He said one day it would disappear, just like that. You're telling me that 8 million people voted for a geriatric over a wizard? Fuck. Yeah, 200,000 Michigan voters said at 3 a.m., we gotta vote for the old guy right now. I don't believe it. While we're all here, I want to let everyone know that gang stalking is real. It's true, it happens. And they don't even hire you, they psyop you into it. Anyways, let's get down to brass tacks. Don't want to be the guy to open this drawer. But does anyone watch porn? Does anyone do that? That's gross. Go fuck yourself. Ew. Ew. You watch that? Why don't you go watch flies fuck? Yeah, go watch flies fuck, see what happens. Well, anyways, I can't escape the stereotype. Not only am I a comedian, but I went to high school. So everyone thinks I'm a porn addict. But it's not true. I don't like that. But one time in the middle of class, someone accused me of watching porn right there during the lecture. You ever think about porn and think, man, this really is a weapon used against the American people to keep them distracted for all the war crimes we're committing. Yeah, we just invaded Syria. Bet you didn't know that. Anyway, she accused me of watching porn. And I said, no, I'm reading the Bible. And I really was. And I remember the section 2 was John 4:13 when Jesus says to the Pharisee woman, God, what did he say? He said something like, it's my favorite one too. It's like, something about how drink of this water and you'll never thirst again. Well, anyways, I want you to remember that next time you thirst again. Yeah, I can buy one.